Well, hello everybody. Good evening, and welcome back once again to Maximus the Fourth. I am so excited right now. It has been 2 months since I've had the chance to even do a legit soda review, and today we're going to be taking a very honest look at the ultra rare Pepsi Summer Mix. Today, I'm going to walk you guys through the story of Pepsi Summer Mix, and then I'm going to open it, give you guys a taste test, let you know exactly what I think, and then that will be the end of the video. So let's get it on. So Pepsi Summer Mix was a flavor of Pepsi that was first released in the early spring of 2007 in the United States as a limited edition flavor. It was later on discontinued in the fall after the original limited edition soda run in the United States. So this is very rare, give or take. The one and only run only lasted for 4 to 6 months. And during its run, it was a big hit for the northeastern United States, and it was also only available in limited areas only. Now, the reason why Pepsi Summer Mix was released in the first place was in 2007 when the major music listening revolution was going on, if you would, when MP3 players were developing in iPods. This was Pepsi's way to place their hand in the music listening revolution, and the idea was to be able to drink a Pepsi flavor while listening to your favorite playlists in mixes. Not only that, but this was actually a callback to an original flavor that came out in 1991 that was called Pepsi Tropical Chill, and that one was marketed as the flavors of having pineapple and orange. Apparently, pineapple and orange mixed together is tropical. And as you can see on the bottle, it very clearly says limited time only, and its tagline is tropical fruit flavored cola, where it was both naturally and artificial flavored. And it also says a mix of tropical fruit flavors. Let's take a look at the ingredients. It reads carbonated water, high fructose corn syrup, caramel color, natural and artificial flavors, phosphoric acid, potassium benzoate, which preserves the freshness, potassium citrate, citric acid, caffeine, calcium disodium EDTA to protect the flavor. And the caffeine content that was contained in this was 25 milligrams per 8 ounces. So it looks like it had, what is that? That is 62 milligrams of caffeine in this 20-ounce bottle. Now that I've given you guys the history on Pepsi Summer Mix, before we open this and do a taste test, let me explain to you guys just how freaking rare this thing is. So, if you take a look at a little drink that's called Cherry Cola Slice, for those of you that have watched my channel many times, you know that I've thrown this out here and you know how rare it is. But for those of you that don't know, Cherry Cola Slice was first released in 1986, and it was discontinued in 1988. And this was actually the very first cherry cola that Pepsi ever released in the United States, before eventually it was discontinued in 1988 and replaced with Wild Cherry Pepsi. Now, I would argue that Pepsi Summer Mix is much more rare than a Cherry Cola Slice. Cherry Cola Slice has been discontinued for 19 years longer than Pepsi Summer Mix, but I think there were much less of these made than Cherry Cola Slice, because this only had a run that lasted for 4 to 6 months, whereas Cherry Cola Slice had a 2-year run. Not only that, but there was no specific date that Cherry Cola Slice disappeared off of all store shelves. I actually have a bottle that was dated at 1993. And so, in the world of Maximus IV, to give you an estimate, it's safe to say that there were about 13 times less Pepsi summer mixes made than Cherry Cola Slice. And the callback flavor of Pepsi Tropical Chill, it's very similar to the story of Pepsi Twist, which came out in 2000. And for those of you that understand the story of Pepsi Twist really well, it was a lemon flavored Pepsi. And the original concept of lemon flavored Pepsi originated back in 1976 when they released Pepsi Light, which was lemon flavor added into Pepsi, but half the calories were chopped in half. So there you guys have it. You now know the story. You now understand just how crazy rare this thing is. And you should be experts on this soda up to this point. I got to give a huge shout out to Ian Is Not a Nerd. He actually deferred a listing to me that this was in on eBay. And there were many other sodas in that listing, like 7 others. And it was a crazy deal. So thank you, Ian. If it weren't for you, this review wouldn't even be possible today. Okay, you guys, let's open this up once and for all, and I'm going to give you a taste test, and we're going to see exactly what Pepsi Summer Mix was all about. Man, I am so excited. And you guys can very clearly see that there is a major loss of fizz in there. But yeah, it's got that same typical smell like any really old Pepsi that I've smelled. But let's give it a little taste. Okay, wow, there's definitely something going on here. Even though this is old and a lot of the original notes are gone, I can absolutely taste some sort of a tropical fruit flavor that's trying to break through even the age of this soda. Wow, that's actually very very sweet. I can tell that even with how old this thing is, 17 years old, that this was a very sweet flavor of Pepsi back in the day. I can't even imagine how much more accurate the taste would be if I could find this in the can. There have actually been a few other soda reviewers that I've seen on YouTube that have opened up cans of these, but they just give the crappiest reviews ever. And so, yeah. That is actually very rather refreshing. I'm pretty shocked. This was made pretty good. Um, the potassium benzoate that's in the ingredients in this is really helping preserve the freshness quite a bit, even though it's still in the calcium to sodium EDTA is protecting the flavor quite a bit too. So this was actually not only rare, but it was made pretty well for shelf life. And I would say it's more safe to drink than not. But it's very sweet, and it's pretty darn good. Based on what I am tasting, with it being aged, I would give this a very easy and solid 8 out of 10. It's more than enough notes that are left over for me to still detect how good this thing actually tasted and how much better would it tasted if it was completely fresh. And that was one heck of an experience. So there you guys have it. That was the official review of Pepsi Summer Mix. If you guys are new to this channel, I'm going to leave 3 videos down in the description down below all three of them I need to get to 1,000 views. The first one is Dude Takes on 4 double quarter pounders with cheese from McDonald's. I think the second one is Coca-Cola Ultimate 2-liter chug. And the third one, I think, is Does Rebel actually taste different than Rebel? I'll make sure to link all three of those videos down in the description of this video. And for all other extras and even ways to help support this channel, it's all listed down in the description below. Maximus the Fourth here. As always, I thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time. Before I end on this video, I want to give a few shout outs to some very dear friends of mine, Chris Dreyer and Ian Is Not a Nerd. Those two guys have helped make my whole journey of cutting back from YouTube so much easier. They kept me so busy with constant eBay sales that they were giving me. So thank you, Chris Dreyer and Ian. And also my absolute best friend, DJ Glowing Ice. Brother, I love you, man, so much. And just know that no matter how little I post nowadays, and as rare as these soda reviews are, man, I'm always going to be by your side and try to help push you along, man. So don't ever forget that. And probably my second absolute best friend of all time on YouTube, ASMR Ral. I want to give a huge shout out to you, buddy. Man, I just love you so much. You've been a good friend to me, and I appreciate you so much, man. And the only reason that DJ Glowing Ice is my #1 friend on YouTube is because we spend more time with each other, and I actually have his number. But, yeah, so, alright, my friends. Thank you for watching this very, very epic and ultra rare Pepsi Summer Mix official review here at Maximus the Fourth. God bless you guys. I will hopefully see you soon.